Hey everyone, it's Omar here, and over the phone is Christian. Hey
Hello.
Christian, how's it going?
Pretty good. Busy week. How are you?
It's going good for me as well.
That's good.
This is week 3 of the JoyClicks podcast. We're gonna go on forever. I'm ready to
Already
start
week
it.
3.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
All right, Christian. I think we should probably start up this week with today's episode with this Pokemon speculation. But
okay.
It's no longer speculation. They've announced 2 new Pokemon titles. They are Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield.
Yes.
What'd you think?
So I'm glad that I think last week we were talking about the Sun and Moon reveal, right? When that was kind of handled weird.
Yeah, it was
It was
pretty...
like, here's the title, see you in a few months.
Yeah.
I liked the entire presentation. I thought they handled, like, how much time went into the buffer, how much time went into the person on camera stuff. So, like, from a presentation-wise, into it,
it was a well-paced presentation, I thought. Like, very much... felt like a real Nintendo Direct in terms of, here's the info, no bullshit, there you go.
Yeah. I also... Yeah. So, like, as a presentation, I thought it was good. 7 minutes felt long enough. For now, at least. But, yeah, so Gen 8 looks good. I'm a fan. I like what I saw.
I also wonder if it's like they felt the need to show more than they usually would at this point of the stage, because they kind of announced this game like 2 years ago, right?
I also think... Yes, but on top of that too, they were in a position where like nothing leaked for this gen, and there were people who were probably still nervous based on Let's Go.
Oh yeah. I
can see so that. Maybe like to get ahead of like just anxiety.
Sure, make sure everyone knows that hey, this is the real Pokemon game you wanted.
Yeah. But I like it. I like what I saw. We haven't talked about this yet, so I want to hear your thoughts on what you saw too.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly woke up and like I woke up 2 minutes before, like after it started. So I got there right in time for the Sword and Shield reveal. Okay. But I had missed the opening like gameplay sequence.
Oh yeah.
So then I went and watched it, and I thought it looked good. There's a lot of talk on the internet about this looking like a up-res 3DS game. I
think my impression of it, like before it went in, my last wish that I just wanted to put out there again, just right analog stick camera. Didn't get that, but what I saw I was happy with, because I really enjoyed Sun, and this just looks like a slightly larger, much better looking Pokemon Sun set in Scandinavia, Northern Europe.
Yeah, I like what's the map called? Galar?
The Galar region, yeah.
Yeah, Galar region looked cool. I like the map they showed, but then like all these Pokemon fans are trying to say about how like vertical it is, and they think the routes are going to be less complicated because of it. There's going to be straight paths, which I don't know if that's true or not. But
again, since we're still kind of in the speculation period right now with this, I thought maybe what if you like start in the middle of the map and then you go like down and then make a loop?
Oh yeah,
because on the left side of the map you have the train that goes from like bottom to top, and then it looks like going like, because it is a vertical map pretty much, going up and down.
It looks like a sword, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's basically, if you made like a T-chart, it looks like there's something on the left and right side of the map. So I could see like one path you go down, you just make a giant like oval shape.
Dude, you go down, you take a detour to Kanto, you go up, detour to Johto.
That'd be cool.
Come on, you know
because from the map, it looks like the Elite Four final stage is the top, right? It's like the best looking city on the map.
Like before the winter region?
No, like the behind the wall, like the giant thing.
Honestly, didn't look at it too much. I just saw the nice bright greens. I thought it was pretty.
Yeah,
but
it's a good looking map, honestly.
Yeah, I would have that on my wall. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But consider this: like, what if there looks like it's towards the north of the map, on like the east side, there's this like little outlet area.
Mm-hmm.
What if you like start your adventure up there, and then in the background you see the Pokemon League, and it's like someday I'm gonna get there. Then you travel south, go up and around, and then you like come full circle back to the end of your journey. I feel like they could do some interesting stuff with the map, from what I saw.
Yeah, I could see it. There's definitely probably some really cool like Resident Evil shortcuts or something in there.
Yeah, like the train is probably going to be like a halfway or like towards the end of the game. Like, oh, you unlock a train pass and now you can fast travel from the north and south of the map.
Sure.
Something like that.
But yeah, I think this the reveal today was definitely in line with my expectations. I kind of just expected a HD Pokemon Sun kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a bit bummed that the lighting, it looks like kind of like a step back from Let's Go, or different at least.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I do think it does remind me more of Sun with the overall like coloring of things, I guess. Because yeah, you're right. Let's Go does have more of a toy-like vibe going on with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like they look more plasticky, more artificial, I guess.
Yeah.
And this looks more like what Sun was, which for me was like it was pretty much just like hallways, but it was pretty good looking hallways for a 3DS game, you know.
So, yeah, that game was impressive, I thought, even though it was like running pretty poorly and didn't have 3D at all, right? Was that the thing?
I don't think so. And when it was on Citra, it looked like I'd be interesting looking back at that footage after seeing this and like comparing. But yeah, I think the art style for Sun and Moon does work, and I like it. So
there is some stuff like I guess Pokemon Sun and Moon had more of a black line outline kind of thing going for it.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I was perfectly fine if we got Pokemon Stars back in 2016 or 2017, mm-hmm. and it was just an up-res Sun and Moon. So I'm cool with this. I think it's kind of hard. I think it's hard to be excited for it. Really, I will pick this up when it comes out, and I'll probably have a great time. But,
same, yeah.
You know, it looks like another Pokemon game. Hopefully, it's a good one.
I'm ready for that because I really liked Let's Go.
Yeah.
Like, I liked it a lot, actually. And I think I ended up putting around, like, 43 hours into it. But Sun, I put, like, I think 90-something in.
Yeah.
Just because there's more of a grind, I guess. And I just felt like playing it more. But, yeah, so I could see myself putting a ton of time into this one. I do like what we've seen for the most part. Again, Pokemon is iterative. So it does look like they are taking some more steps. Like I said, to me at least, it looks like it's slightly larger environments. But there were a few things missing from the trailer that I was like puzzled about.
Like what would you say?
Specifically, Pokemon are not following you.
Oh yeah, and they're not in the overworld anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. How many times are we gonna go through this? You know.
It seems like a really must be just be like two different mindsets, two different teams of that company.
Well, yeah, because the director of this is also the director of Sun and Moon, and I want to say Gen 5.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
I wonder what happened to the Diamond and Pearl remake, man. They were definitely working on it.
Honestly, I bet that is Let's Go 2.
I bet that's like Let's Go 4. I think at this point they probably shelved it, and we're gonna get Johto next.
Yeah, well, the only thing with that, because I was thinking about this the other day, actually. I think Let's Go 2 being Johto is still so... Like, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you can still get those and play those on a 3DS. And you can with Gen 4 also. But Gen 4 was next in line. Gen 4 does have a pretty decently sized fan base that have been wanting more of Gen 4. In Pokemon Go, I feel like they've been really hammering Gen 4 a lot. So I don't know, like going to Johto again, like I get going to Kanto again because that's like the infinite money well, you know,
right,
of nostalgia. But yeah, I don't know, like Gen 4 being like getting the Let's Go treatment next just makes kind of more sense to me, especially if they could bring in assets from whatever the Gen 4 remake was, you know.
Sure.
Because the Kanto remake, is comparable in my eyes to the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire from like asset perspective.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, I honestly think Let's Go still seems higher in fidelity than what we've seen of this new game, other than the open environments, like the character models. Like, not to get all nitty gritty and just kind of stupid as hell, but it seems to me like the Pokemon in Let's Go have more polygons than the ones in this new game.
Do you think it may have just been a mix of the art direction and also the fact that it's still like 8+ months away?
I don't know, honestly, because like in my mind it was always insane when they were talked about bringing Pokemon to HD, because like they have like 900 of those things out there, so they gotta like, I don't know,
make a lot of them,
remake them for HD tech. And this, to me, the models look like they were probably like a little bit of work done to the 3DS character models.
Yeah, it did look more, at least like the Pikachu, because that's what they started out with. That Pikachu model looked more similar to the Pikachu model in Sun and Moon than it does the Pikachu model in Let's Go.
Yeah, so I wonder if there's like just two different versions.
It must
be
art
models.
Direction at this point.
Well, yeah, but do you think there's like do you think in the Pokemon team there's a separate character model for Pikachu Let's Go and Pikachu this game? Like,
maybe just because, especially with Let's Go, Pikachu was like,
oh sure, maybe that was the wrong example, but how about, let's say, Onix? Is there a different model for Onix in both games?
No, I bet there's probably just like a, like model or
I don't
like
know.
Textures.
I guess in my mind I always assume they're just dragging and dropping the same character model from game to game.
I can see different textures on top of them.
Sure.
Because like, I do think Sun and Moon, and from what we've seen of this, there's a clearer line of an art style.
Yeah.
Where Let's Go is, like we said, more childlike in its design.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
should we talk about the starters, dude? There were three of these ugly ass. I don't know. Maybe that was mean. What are they called? There's Grookey.
Grookey, yeah,
and he's
the grass monkey.
Yeah, I think he's my favorite out of the lot. I'm not really a grass starter guy. I understand this opinion might be controversial. I don't understand it, but when I saw Grookey, I thought, hey man, that guy's cute.
I liked Grookey too.
Yeah.
From the reveal. Grookey is the immediate one that caught my eye.
Right.
As time has gone on, I can see cases for all of them, because I think the designs are all right.
Honestly, I was surprised at how divisive it was. Like in terms of I really thought everyone was just gonna say Grookey was the best, but
well, yeah, that's what happened with 7, right? Everybody loved Rowlet.
Sure, but then I thought Grookey personally looked the best, and then I saw like I thought Grookey looked the best, and I thought what's the fire bunny name?
Score Bunny?
Yeah, I thought he looked like trash. I thought the water Pokemon looked like trash as well.
I like the water one. The fire one has grown on me.
I don't know. I just didn't like him, and then I guess there's cases to be made for each of them. I guess everyone has their favorite, which I thought was surprising. I really thought it was going to be Grookey number 1.
I bet, because I feel like this is the case a lot with the grass starters.
Yeah.
I bet the final design for Grookey is the worst of all 3.
But Rowlet had a cool one, right?
Did it though?
Wasn't he like the cloak guy?
Incineroar was a wrestler. That's way cooler than just a Pokemon with a bow.
Oh, I think you're wrong on this. I mean, it was cool that he was a wrestler, but
he's got the belt and everything. It's cool. He's like a cooler Machoke.
I don't know. He was like a... See, Machoke's been done, though. Have you ever seen a Pokemon like Rowlet, the stealth owl? I don't know.
Hoot hoot.
Oh, fuck. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know which one I'm going to pick, though. I do like all 3 in certain cases.
Sorry, you go first.
So, remember when we talked about retroactively looking at people who predicted things and then finding more?
Those 4chan threads? Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, sure.
No, there was a 4chan one. I saw it was it was like, oh, the villains are a Viking team, which would be awesome, but that's not what I was going to talk about. I think it was like, so Grookey's the grass type, Scarbunny is fire/electric, which would be cool. And if it is, I might pick that one.
I heard that.
If it's firefighting, it's like been there. And then the water one was just pure water, I think. But what's interesting is the same post that's had everything I've said so far also said that very early on you get a second like gifted Pokemon that's sort of like a second starter that is supposed to sort of appease the people who have wanted starters that aren't just fire, water, grass.
Oh, hey, that's cool. I'm surprised it's not just the Gen 1 starters. You know what? They probably get those too like that, right?
Probably post-game, yeah. I think that was X and Y, right? They did that.
Sure. So, yeah, I will probably pick, is the water Pokemon called Snubble? Snobble? Sobble. Yeah, I will probably pick Sobble because I always go water. The few times I've gone grass, I end up dropping the game for some reason. Water is, the joke is that it's easy mode. Maybe that's true. So, I don't know.
I think it honestly depends on the gen.
Sure. But, what was the game with Oshawott? Was that Black and White?
That was Gen 5.
Is that Black and White?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I honestly think I didn't finish Black and White because I didn't like Oshawott that much. I never did.
I like Oshawott. I just didn't like what he turns into.
I can't remember.
He's like some narwhal looking thing.
All right. I saw a picture of that platypus water Pokemon again today and got mad.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's a really good design.
That's so good.
Just hire that guy. I don't know.
Right?
Real good. Anyways, is that all for Pokemon talk?
I think so, yeah. I'm going to be getting Sword also. So
Sword? Oh yeah, I'm going to get Sword.
Unless Shield has the better legendary, I'm getting Sword.
Dude, Shield has an armored Mewtwo, man. You got to get that one. I don't fucking know.
Cool.
Like, we talked about this, but the logos, man, they're just... Shield has such a worse logo than Sword.
It does, but like... After the first reveal of Sun and Moon, I never looked at the logos. I was like, Fire Lion? Yes, that is
logos aren't important, to be honest. Like, this is a stupid thing to get caught up in. But why did they... Why does the Sword one look so much better? I don't know.
It could have been like Sword and Staff, Sword and Axe, Sword and Bow.
Sure. Sword and...
It's just semantics.
Yeah, they're just names. I don't know. I'm glad they went with Sword, and I think this is a cool naming scheme, honestly.
I do too, yeah.
And it's definitely with the map looking like a sword and all that stuff. I'm excited.
Me too.
All right. Reggie leaves Nintendo.
I cried.
Yeah,
I got teary.
This is sad. This dude's my dad. He's not my dad. But yeah, I don't know. I've been seeing this guy in press conferences for years. I don't know why. He always seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, he always seemed very genuine.
Yeah.
Even because like he didn't really hide away from the fact that they had low points, you know. Yeah, it's like you said, he's always been there as Nintendo, like one of the faces of Nintendo.
Yeah.
Even honestly, I'm gonna say more so than Shigeru Miyamoto.
Right.
He's like, I feel like he's more Reggie. I feel like he's more of a face, you know.
You can say that, but yeah, you can say
like
he's more
Miyamoto's
of a face
more of a name, you know.
No,
he's like the one you associate with it. But like Reggie, like think of Nintendo, it's like Reggie.
The faces of Nintendo to me are like Iwata and Reggie, right?
Same, yeah.
Even though Miyamoto is like the forefront or probably their biggest or most known designer, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I
like he is probably the biggest name associated with Nintendo, but like Reggie is like one of the faces, like you said, with Iwata. And honestly, at this point, I think Koizumi is like working his way up there.
He's pretty likable.
Yeah, ever since that January like reveal Switch presentation when he laid back on the couch, I was like, that dude's cool.
Well, it was the last Direct that it was just him hosting it, right?
Yeah,
which was cool.
And he had a good presence. So
I meant to say, I think with Reggie leaving Nintendo, he leaves on like April 15th or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're probably getting another Direct, right? Before he leaves.
We're getting a Smash Direct probably.
Oh, right.
3.0. I don't know if Reggie will be in one.
Whatever. Anyways, I guess, is that all for Reggie?
Doug Bowser's replacing him.
Oh,
I'm
right.
familiar with him.
Oh,
I think something about marketing, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let me say that the best Reggie moment is that Mega 64 video where they're piloting him like a mech for the E3 announcement, the E3 Nintendo World Tour thing. Mm-hmm. Whatever that was great. Anyways, bye, Reggie. Next up, we got, I guess following that Smash tangent, Indie Gamer Chick thinks that Rare and Microsoft might be working together for an N64 Classic and for a character in Smash. Did you hear about this?
I did not.
Okay, that's what I don't know who Indie Gamer Chick is, but that's what she said. So
okay.
Take it as you will. I think it makes sense that you need Rare games in an N64 Classic, though.
Yeah.
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 You gotta make that work.
Like, they have, I think, what's the ones they can redo? It's the ones with Donkey Kong characters, right? Like, they can put out 64 and Diddy Kong Racing, right?
Yeah, they own those games. I think
right,
Nintendo
so
does.
they can do those, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, like Banjo, and like... I don't know, because like GoldenEye would still be up in the air with the Bond license, right? Perfect Dark probably wouldn't, but...
You need Activision for Bond. Which could happen.
Yeah, it could.
I think, honestly, this next stuff, it's more likely than ever that Nintendo and Activision might work together, I guess. Sorry, Nintendo and Microsoft.
Yeah, so do you know if this came after the whole Xbox Nintendo thing that we're going to touch on? Like,
honestly, I don't know. I think it might have been something she tweeted out last year. And then it heated up, and then I think she corroborated some of this stuff with the Xbox Game Pass. Anyways, big rumor this week is that apparently Microsoft Xbox Game Pass is going to come to Nintendo Switch.
Halo original multiplayer will be the best Switch subscription service seller.
This is pretty crazy because this is some kind of Xbox going third-party kind of shit.
Yeah, and it's not super surprising, I guess.
No, it's not super surprising. So... Because they've been going into the service-oriented kind of way for all this gen, basically, right?
Yeah, and like to be honest, I don't even know if that would impact their sales for next gen that much.
Oh, for like an Xbox?
Yeah, especially like if they can get out first, if they have the 2 SKUs, if they have the hardcore Xbox fans that already bought a one that are gonna buy whatever their next one is, I feel like they'll probably do at least just as good. And it's like, hey, we're getting more because our games are on a Nintendo platform now, and PCs and tablets and stuff like that.
I think they've made a weird case to still feel okay buying one of their consoles even though they don't have any exclusives. Like,
yeah,
it is, the Xbox One is mostly the best place to play the third-party games these past couple of years. Oh yeah, sorry, the One X.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely not the original Xbox One.
Oh no.
Yeah, my bad. But that's how they market it, though. It's kind of shitty. Have you seen that?
I have. I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of friggin' insane. But I still feel like if the Xbox One, 2, XXX comes out next gen and it plays games better than a PS5 does, and they still have the 360 BC games, like, there is I'm kind of weird because I like playing games on PC, so... I probably will not buy an Xbox next gen, but there's tons of people who don't like playing on PC to where they can still dominate, or not dominate, but like have that console market where the fact that the games are all on PC and probably even Switch don't really matter to a lot of people.
Yeah, I think it's just, and they probably see it this way too with what they've said about like xCloud and pretty much a big focus of their last, or not a big focus, but like something they did make a point to mention in their last E3.
Yeah.
I think they just care more about expansion as a software situation, you know? Like, because I saw somebody compare it, like, Games Pass and I guess even Xbox Live, based on what else has been rumbling. Both of those services are good enough where if you compare it to something like Netflix, like, you wouldn't buy a $300 thing to just watch Netflix on it.
Oh man, I've been thinking recently about buying an Apple TV to watch the Criterion channel.
That's fair.
$200 for an Apple TV, and then it's $10 a month for Criterion. But it's not. They don't have an app for PS4. They don't have an app for the Xbox. And if I watch it on my web browser, then I don't get surround sound.
Yeah, that's.
So what do I do? Sorry, that was a tangent.
No, I mean it's still it's worth bringing up because Yeah, like, I don't know. Xbox is in an interesting position for me because I traditionally don't buy Xboxes. Yeah. I had a 360 for a little bit, and then I upgraded to a PS3. Yeah, and I like if Xbox has a really cool, well-functioning streaming version of their next console that's cheap, I'll probably get it. But at the same time, like, if they're just like, hey, our games are coming to Switch, I would probably be fine. Well, I wasn't gonna buy an Xbox, or only an Xbox next gen anyway. So, like, I don't know.
I guess we should talk about this Game Pass thing again, because, like, I didn't mention, a rumor is that basically the way this is going to work is apparently it's going to be mostly the cloud streaming service, right? xCloud?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so would you be okay PS Nowing some Xbox games? Rather than just, like, getting a hardware... Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know how many crazy Xbox games I would be getting that are super technically advanced if, like, I'd need to stream them, you know? Like, I think the idea of Games Pass, and if Games Pass gets transitioned to the same way it functions now,
sure,
like, obviously scaling for what games are on it, but if it's still the pick this, if you're subscribed, you can download it, you have it. If it's that, I'd probably just be using that for older stuff that I don't have immediate access to. Yeah.
Well, I bet you it is probably going to be all streaming stuff. I think if they port, like, stuff like apparently I should mention GX Video. Is this French? I don't even know.
I think it's Jeux Video.
Jeux Video says they may be bringing. They might be porting one of the Ori games and Cuphead to the Switch. And
those are both very good fits also.
Yeah, so native ports for those, apparently. But if they had a Game Pass thing, and let's say Ori and Cuphead were on Game Pass, do you think you could then download those games from the app? Or it would probably just be more like, no, you stream those games on Game Pass, right?
I don't know. Because with the nature of the Switch, I feel like it would have to be downloadable.
Sure.
Because, like, also look at Blizzard. Look at Blizzard with Diablo. I know it's a slightly different situation, but, like,
the mobile
always
thing?
Online thing, yeah.
Oh, you mean like Diablo 3?
I mean
like
Diablo on Switch, yeah.
2012? Oh, you mean they did that for all consoles, though, I think.
Did they?
I
thought this was, like, a big deal for the Switch version, that it was like, oh, you can play this one offline.
No. They did that for all the consoles.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, I don't know. I do feel like, again, who knows at this point, but the idea of being able to download, maybe they, like, limit it to, like, 2 games or something at once, because you also have to take into account storage and stuff like that. But yeah, if I could have access to, like, I don't know, one of the Mass Effects and it works on my Switch, that'd be cool. Like, I don't even know how much I'd use it that, like, frequently, but I would probably have a subscription.
I personally don't really like the streaming stuff that much, but it is fascinating that potentially you can play Halo Infinite on a Switch when that comes out.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's weird, but I guess I still don't really understand why Nintendo would allow this, right? Because it's a separate game store on the Switch competing with the eShop. Unless Microsoft is cutting them in.
I feel like they might. Just, I don't know. Like, it's really strange to just think about not knowing so much.
Yeah.
But, like, there could be a scenario where it's like, take Doom. Doom is one of the better selling ports on the Switch, right? Out of, like, some of the bigger ones.
Probably, I don't know.
Like, I think Doom is on Games Pass. So, the Switch version of Games Pass, maybe they just don't put Doom on it. Like, I do think it will be much more limited than what the the Xbox One offerings are. And I don't know how many, like, current gen games will be offered on there as streaming or download to Game Pass from the subscription thing. But I do think with Cuphead or Ori, that will be, like, a full port, buy it on the eShop, and Microsoft just has it there as a publisher.
Yeah, I mean, I think those will definitely be like that. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I guess we should you keep on mentioning this fact that you might buy a cheaper Xbox One, a cheaper Xbox 2 next gen.
Yes.
There are these. I mean, they did announce that there's going to be 2 different Xboxes, right?
Yeah, Anaconda and
something with an R, or is it an L? Is it Lockjaw?
I think it's an S. Lockjaw.
Well, Lockhart. Yeah. Scarlet was the name of the product altogether, though. I think, right? Scarlet.
I thought Scarlet was Scorpio. They got us. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think Scarlet was the.
What's the deal with this?
I don't know. I think I just wrote it here because I wrote it here because there will be news on this on E3 2019, which I think is news. Like, it could have very likely been a February 2020 announcement or something like that for a new Xbox stuff. So they will be talking about the next gen Xbox at E3 this year,
which is
both
exciting.
of them. Yeah, I mean, and there's all this Game Pass stuff and all this crazy shit, honestly. And it sounds like Microsoft's gonna have a pretty crazy E3. And Sony has picked the worst year to not attend.
Oh,
maybe.
Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what's happening. Maybe, honestly, I can see like Sony now going, I feel like. But maybe they don't care.
I have to think that they don't care if they chose this in the first place, you know?
Yeah, they might not care.
Because, like, there's so much smoke for next gen already and Sony probably knows more than the general public does about Xbox's plans.
Sure.
Like, they must have known, like, if we back out, this is a very good chance for them to steal E3. They must not care.
Yeah, and I mean, if Microsoft's talking to Nintendo, they must be talking to Sony as well, right?
Well, that's the rumor. Like, isn't that a speculation or a rumor thing that...
I don't know.
Xbox is also thinking of bringing Games Pass or something like that, some service, xCloud, whatever it is, to the PS4.
I think the rumor is, or the speculation is, it's coming to everything they can possibly put it on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, technically they could put it on a PS4 or like an Amazon Fire Stick, but like...
that was the original pitch, right?
I think so. But I guess we just don't know. Like, it really comes down to, like, I guess is it wrong to say the politics of it all with, like, if Sony wants it?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, if Sony would allow something like that. Because they didn't allow EA access on PSN.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole streaming thing, like, I'm still unsure of because I've played PS Now. It's serviceable most of the time. I've heard that Google one did pretty well with the Assassin's Creed tests they did.
Oh, did you mention Google?
Yes, I did.
Apparently, there's a Google gaming hardware announcement next month.
At GDC, right?
Probably. That sounds right.
I think it's at GDC, yeah.
Yeah, and they were playing around with the streaming stuff for sure. I messed around with that Assassin's Creed Odyssey streaming thing. And honestly, it very much seemed like I was playing a YouTube video, and I don't really care for that kind of experience. I'm hopeful that the xCloud stuff, even Google stuff, might get better, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's crazy.
For how big both those companies are, I feel like if anyone's going to be the ones to do it, it would be them.
It would, but also Google likes to ditch stuff all the time. Like, what was the internet?
Glass?
The glass fiber?
That Google Glass?
Oh, Google Glass they ditched, but remember when they had that gigabit internet they were trying to bring everywhere? What was that called?
I don't think so.
Google Fiber? Google Fiber, right? That was it?
Oh, yeah. I thought I saw an ad for that recently.
Oh, I think they canceled the project. That's what I thought.
Maybe. I was thinking of... I saw some other Google thing. They're doing, like... something like G-Fi or something. I don't know.
Oh, is it the cell phone thing?
I think so. Like, Google wants to have their own Wi-Fi thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I saw something about that.
But yeah, Google Gaming would be interesting because especially if Xbox is leaning towards being a service for all intents and purposes more than like a traditional one of the 3 pillars.
Yeah.
Maybe that becomes its own sub-market between like the Microsoft and Google services. I like everything about next gen right now is just so foreign to me.
Yeah, it's really fun, honestly.
Yeah, I love this so much.
I don't think we're ever going to get a PlayStation kind of shake-up again, though, right? Or Xbox shake-up even, like, in terms of here is a new manufacturer, here is Philips or Samsung, Google, with a new console, new exclusives you can only play on this system. I don't think we're ever getting that again.
I'm interested to see what Google does based on some rumblings I've seen people talk about.
Honestly, like, I bet Epic has a video game machine, like, next month as well. Right? I don't know.
I could see it within the next, like, 3 years.
Sure.
Maybe they do, like, a phone or something.
The Epic phone?
The Epic phone that
I hate their damn name so much. Here's the Epic Games console.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, is that all for Google?
I guess, because, I mean, like, it'll be interesting to follow, but again, right now, pretty much anything I say is true is what anybody else would say.
In all honesty, I thought we talked about the Xbox stuff more, but I think it's just something that is just so unclear, and it's kind of been speculated to death already.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, it's already such a rumor.
Yeah, and it's also just kind of, is it wrong to say obvious? Like, the fact that Microsoft has been courting these kind of deals has been clear. That's their motivation or their mission.
It's not surprising, because, like, ever since last E3, I was saying that I could realistically see, based on what Xbox and Nintendo have done together in the past, like, 2 years, Halo, in some capacity, being playable on the Switch.
Yeah.
So, the fact that this is coming out is, like, not duh, but, like, I'm not surprised.
Sure. I really do hope they take some effort to port some of the more stuff than just the cloud thing, though.
That's what I feel like, because, like, you have to imagine if they put the Master Chief Collection in some capacity on the Switch, it's going to sell incredibly well.
Yeah.
Not only for the fact that it's like, this is a groundbreaking crossover thing, more like, everybody knows Halo.
It's true.
So, I don't know.
I just saw Aliens last night. That Halo wouldn't exist without that movie. I think, as I talked about to death, but man, that movie really is just Halo. Sorry, Halo really is just that movie.
I'm kind of jealous because in one of my classes we had to watch, it's a sci-fi class, we just watched one of the most, like, the strangest things ever. It's called Enemy Mine.
Uh-huh.
It's from 85. Dennis Quaid is in it.
Okay.
It's so weird.
All right.
It's, like, weirdly sexual with, like, this androgynous alien and Dennis Quaid on a planet for, like, 10 years.
Is it like Species with Adrian Brody?
I don't think I ever saw that.
I thought that was the movie where Adrian Brody and that alien get it on, but I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean, I would have rather watched Alien or anything else, honestly.
Real good sexual alien movie, Under the Skin. Have you seen it?
Oh, that's the Scarlett Johansson one, right?
Yeah, it's pretty weird, but it's pretty good. I think the guy that made it made music videos beforehand, and they made Under the Skin.
Oh, that's always interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking that up with David Fincher actually recently because I was thinking about watching Alien 3. I probably won't.
Oh, yeah.
But he made that movie, but before that, he made a bunch of music videos. And, I don't know, now he's making World War Z 2. Anyways, I forgot to mention this Reggie from Nintendo thing. He is leaving because Soulja Boy kicked him out. That's what I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Soulja Boy had that game console thing. Reggie didn't like it. And Soulja Boy probably sued him, and now Reggie's out of Nintendo. I forgot to mention, sorry.
Right, forgot about that too.
Next up is Wario64 had found some Amazon product that was like a Bethesda teaser, Bethesda unnamed product, whatever that was. Did you see this?
I did, and I would bet $200 on this based on what I saw.
Yeah. It
is a Fallout 3 re-release.
Yeah, it probably is, but dude, I don't fucking care about Fallout right now. I'm so done with this franchise. Like, it's the only thing we've got from Bethesda this generation is Fallout, right? In terms of the game studio stuff.
Elder Scrolls Remastered, Skyrim VR.
All right, look, I don't know. We got Fallout 4, Fallout 76. Those are the two new games they made this gen.
Yeah.
Both of them are quality products, but that aside, they're not quality. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say what.
Yeah, that aside, I don't care. I just don't care about Fallout. I was always interested in that franchise. You know, I gave Fallout 4 a shot. I even enjoyed it, but now I successfully don't care about Fallout, like, at all.
I I know there are people who love Fallout. My brother likes Fallout a lot.
I mean no disrespect to your brother. Let me put that clear.
Like, I've tried to, because I know how much he likes 3 and New Vegas. I don't think he liked 4 that much, but
it seems people don't like 4 that much. Yeah, for Fallout fans, I mean.
Yeah, like I've tried because I see so many people's enthusiasm for this franchise. Tried 3, could not get into it. I tried New Vegas. I thought it was more approachable than 3 was.
3. I think I had a similar experience.
But again, I didn't play it really. I saw the beginning. I was like, oh, this is neat. Yeah. And then 4, I ended up putting 20-ish hours in and then just got sick of.
Sure.
76 is 76, and I'm kind of over Fallout.
I just don't care about that aesthetic anymore, that world. I thought it was cool for a second, but I think they use those same 3 songs, those same old songs they have. Every trailer.
The same colors, that's what hits me a lot. Yeah,
I just don't care. It's
gray, brown, and green can all be used so many times.
And I think it's ruined other stuff for me too. I'm excited for Outer Worlds, but when I saw that first trailer for the Game Awards, the retro futuristic jokes they had, the smarmy names for some stuff, I was like, I can't fucking do this. I can't do
That's
this
interesting
right
you say that, because Outer Worlds is in my top 3 most anticipated of the year.
Sure. I'm also very excited about it. Same.
It hit me with a really good Firefly sort of vibe to it, but more comedy, and just that so much of the Outer Worlds is appealing to me. It's the original creators of Fallout, and that just seems to be doing the things I think are cool about Fallout so right.
Sure.
Because I don't know, Fallout is just so depressing. I know that's the point, but I don't like existing in that world for over a couple hours.
It's that one joke they have. It's it's a depressing world, but then that stupid small boy with the blue sweater or whatever is smiling at you.
Yeah.
It's see this? It's a sad game, but look, we got the I don't know. The Outer World stuff, just to me at the time, I'm still not really over it. I think that aesthetic is kind of played out, but I am very hopeful and still pretty ecstatic about that game.
Everything.
Yeah.
I was gonna say everything. I've been following the Game Informer coverage because that's their big story of the month. Everything I've seen from the Game Informer output of interviews with the developers and Q&As and everything looks insanely just exactly the game that I want right now. It's not too long. It's written cleverly. There's lots of replayability with different paths and stories and characters you can bring into your crew. I think one of the editors at Game Informer compared it to similar, your sort of hub is a ship, so it's similar to old KOTOR and Mass Effect with the relations between your crew.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which is I love all of that stuff is yes to me.
Yeah.
So excited for that. Fallout 3 Remastered is coming out this year.
Yeah, I do not care.
Do you think it hits Switch?
That's all we got for... What? Sorry.
Do you think this Fallout release hits Switch after Skyrim?
Yeah, definitely. I'll say... Well, actually, assuming it's a remaster, definitely. If not, I don't know.
Because it was listed for PC, PS4, and Xbox, right?
Yeah.
No Switch.
But they do that, though, right? Wasn't... Didn't the... I feel like the listing for Doom Eternal on Switch went up later. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like it would be a wasted potential, or just a wasted resource. No. It would be a waste to not put it on Switch.
It could be a new Fallout game. It could be a AAA production Fallout. Maybe it's 76's, they took the assets and they made an actual story single-player game. Honestly. To where maybe it doesn't come to Switch.
I don't like Fallout anymore.
You know what?
I don't like Fallout.
Yeah, I don't really like Fallout.
I'm over it. That's if it is that's too much.
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of excited about 76 because I thought that world of West Virginia was cool, and I wanted to see those country roads. But I will never play that game, and I do not even care that they repurpose it anymore. I'm over it. Fallout, I need a 10-year break from it.
Yeah, I know it's a separate thing, but I miss Elder Scrolls, like a new one.
I know, I miss Elder Scrolls as well. I'm hoping that they really take the criticism to heart, and the next one comes out and they actually like are on the cutting edge of tech.
That'd be nice.
And some writing gets stepped up, because I don't see how they can. If Starfield comes out, it is just like the last couple Fallout games and Skyrim, and it's on a PS5. I just can't see it. I can't see that flying.
Yeah, especially if Cyberpunk is going to be like around the same time or before. If Cyberpunk is earlier in the gen and they show up Bethesda again, and then what you said about Starfield, if Starfield is just another like, oh, same problems, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's upsetting to talk about Bethesda now.
Yeah, you know what also is upsetting to talk about?
What?
BioWare. They put out Anthem this week. Apparently it's bad.
Okay, so I have been on the edge of purchasing Anthem for the past 4 days.
Sure, I get it.
I think it's $50 on Amazon right now.
I would still wait if you could.
I know, and I have $50 to Amazon.
Bro, I would wait. I would buy you know what I'd do? I would invest that into some Nintendo eShop points and buy that $30 Resident Evil Switch port.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
Alright, that's all I have to say about that. It's Resident Evil's on Switch, Resident Evil 1 and 0 and 4 are coming to Switch on like May 21st. Is that what the date was?
I did not see the date.
Well, they're all $30 each.
I also did not see that until I read your notes.
Yeah, they're supposed to be $20 on like every platform. They're $20 and frequently discounted. But,
yeah, I got Remake for free.
Yeah, right.
And I started playing Remake this past weekend.
Yeah,
having a good time with it. I like it a lot. But yeah, that's a bummer.
Resident Evil might be pretty good. Turns out
Resident Evil was good.
Yeah. Well, I kind of jumped to that. I was gonna say the BioWare stuff is bumming me out, but yeah. Let me know if you buy Anthem.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually I played a little bit of it on the Origin Access.
What do you think?
I only played like the same bit I played in the alpha.
Okay.
I still liked it. I still had the fun flying around in it.
Yeah, like the thing that's making me want it is a mix of the customization, the abilities, and just the dynamic of having a game where it's like I'm working with other people and we're like casually interested in what's happening.
Yeah.
Similar to Destiny. But yeah, I'm probably gonna wait a little longer, but I hope EA gives it time to breathe, because from what I've read, people think this can become something good. It just needs time, and I don't know if EA will provide said time.
I hope they do. They're doing pretty well right now, I think. And their expectations for Anthem were like what, 5 to 6 million copies? Was that what they said?
I don't know, but I did see it sold less physical copies than Andromeda did.
Oh, really?
Which, again, don't know if that's a good metric, because Andromeda, from what I remember, was still pretty hyped before release.
Yeah, I think there was like a couple weeks there beforehand, but it was a Mass Effect game too, and 3 had sold quite a bit.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, Mass Effect on next gen. I know, I was still excited for it, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I buy these early impressions. I want to check it out for myself. And I'm sure that was the case with many other people, so I don't know.
Sure. So, yeah, I'm hopeful Anthem, I don't know. The stuff I've heard about the grind stuff sounds kind of rough, but hopefully it is an incredible game by the end of the year.
I do follow the subreddit.
Sure.
And I saw the one of the lead developers for Anthem was on there, and they said that I think Monday morning they said we're talking and trying to brainstorm new ways to think about how loot drops should be taken care of, because I know that's a big problem, and I think they're already very busy working on fixes for loot drops and rates and stuff like that.
Okay.
So if that kind of consistency keeps up, then I'm sure it'll reach at least an 8 out of 10 for most people.
I installed The Division this weekend.
I missed that.
You didn't play that?
No.
I messed around with it a few times. I ended up reinstalling it because I heard it actually like had a decent like campaign or something, like a single player kind of thing that you can enjoy by yourself. So I think I'll check that out because I don't know.
Division 2's coming up too, right?
It is coming up. Yeah, that's apparently people are seemingly hyped on that. But.
Yeah, I got super into Wildlands, so that's like the only Tom Clancy game that I can have any reference on. But Division never grabbed me, mostly because I was just invested in Destiny at the time.
Division never really grabbed me either, but I would like to enjoy it. I like the setting. I think the Black Friday stuff is kind of fun.
Yeah, I did see in the beta. I watched a little bit of the beta for 2.
Yeah,
it's cool because there's still Christmas stuff up in Washington.
Oh, okay.
It's just super dirty because it's been however many years since that outbreak started. So that's like cool world stuff still. It's like, oh, there's real dirty candy canes floating down a sewer or something.
Hey, man, you want to see what a real government shutdown looks like? All right, that's a reference to Ubisoft PR email for the Division 2. I'm sorry.
Speaking of PR...
what are you trying to... Oh, THQ Nordic? Is that where you're going to?
It's on the list. I don't know if you want to still talk
about it. No, we should talk about this. It's kind of heavy. It sucks. THQ Nordic, they're buying up every studio. Recently, they bought the developers of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Warhorse Studios? I don't know. They decided to host an AMA on 8chan. That's 4chan times 2.
I never knew that was a thing.
8chan?
Mm-hmm.
I believe, I can't remember why it exists, but anyways, the board is sort of prolific for hosting child pornography, and THQ Nordic decides to have an AMA on that site, and they directly link from their site to that 8chan board for the AMA. They link to that thread, and they work with like Microsoft, Sony, even Disney, I think, and Nickelodeon, and they're just promoting this website. I don't understand it. It seems like they really shot themselves in the foot on this. They haven't even apologized for it either. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't follow this completely.
Yeah.
I saw some of the stuff coming out about it. I saw a statement or some quote that says, "We do not condone pedophilia," or something like that.
Yeah, but if you look at the THQ Nordic replies in that thread, though, like, I think Patrick Kleppa had like some...
I did see the screenshots of it.
Yeah, some really nasty 8chan posts that THQ Nordic guy was like enjoying. You know?
Yeah, I was talking about in terms of not doing an apology. The closest thing I saw to an apology was, we don't condone this thing, but like...
Yeah. Like, the CEO refuses to comment on the situation or something. I saw that update earlier.
Like, this must have been like an intern or something, and then nobody checked it, right?
It could be, but no one's like... Everyone's defending it. Like, on THQ Nordic. Like, no one's coming out against it, really.
I see that part. I just mean, like... Who thought it was a good idea? Like, it must have been someone who is either new, an intern, or someone who's like... I know nobody's gonna screen this. This would be real funny, like something like that. Like how?
Honestly, there could just be bad people at THQ Nordic. Like
I would believe that too.
They bought that Kingdom Come Deliverance Studios, and the studio head there, I said some really nasty things. I don't remember any of this.
There were a lot of things with that about representation in the game and stuff like that.
So maybe they just don't care. I don't know. I won't be buying, what was it, Darksiders on Switch, I guess.
What about Biomutant?
I guess I'm not gonna. I was hopeful for that game. Really, I was.
That hurts.
Until I see something from THQ Nordic, I think it's really a shame because they're a very promising publisher, man. I was really happy for them.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
I remember there were talks of them bringing back old Nickelodeon games on current gen. I might still cave on one of those.
What Bikini Bottom?
Yes, Battle for Bikini Bottom.
That game isn't good though, right?
I love it. I love that. It's not good, but I love it.
I had that game on PS2, man. That was a game I bought, but I never liked it. But I bought it because it was a licensed game that had SpongeBob in it.
I liked it more than the movie game.
I didn't play the movie. I did think here the Bikini Bottom was better than the movie game. But you know what's really good? I think the SpongeBob movie is one of the best movies ever made. is this crazy? It's really funny.
I would say it's in the top 100.
Sure, and it's like really clean looking too. Like it's a nice looking movie.
It's sharp, yeah.
And it's quality SpongeBob too. Like that show has gone through some pretty dark times, but that was like some pure good SpongeBob.
Since we're talking SpongeBob real quick, I'll say this. If you want to see one of the most mind-blowing things ever, look up the episode list for season 3 of SpongeBob, because it just keeps going with how good that season is. It's incredible how many of these SpongeBob episodes that are so good are in season 3.
Cool. I was rewatching SpongeBob only like a month ago. Mm-hmm. I got like about halfway through season 1. I need to pick it back up, but that show really does hold up.
Yeah, dude.
It's like crazy how good it is.
I was reading through the lists a couple weeks ago, I think, with one of my friends, and like he was reading them off, and then there was a point where it was like, oh my god, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Of just how many ones. It's cool. SpongeBob's great.
You know the episode where SpongeBob is blowing bubbles? He has a bubble stand. It's not I don't think it's not the Bubble Buddy episode. But,
no, it's the stop on your right foot.
Yeah, that one. And Patrick comes over, and he doesn't have any money. He doesn't have a quarter for the bubble stick. Uh-huh. So he asks SpongeBob to lend him a quarter. SpongeBob lends him the quarter. Patrick then gives it back to SpongeBob. Then SpongeBob checks it if it's real with his teeth. It's so good.
Yeah, that's great.
What happened with the NFL? Did they just like butcher the Squidward song for that show?
I really don't know, because apparently Nickelodeon was like, "Hey, we would have liked to see more."
Yeah, I did not watch the Super Bowl, but I heard people were mad at Maroon 5. That's all I know.
It wasn't good. So it was like some really bad Flash animation recreation of the beginning of Sweet Victory, with Squidward being like the thing and then the trumpets.
Okay.
So it started playing, and it transitioned like 3 seconds in of Sweet Victory to Sicko Mode, and Travis Scott came out.
Jeez.
That was it.
Next up, sorry.
Yeah, that was a tangent.
I started it, and you know what? I'm glad. SpongeBob is great.
Yeah.
Anyways, there was something about Watch Dogs this week. I know Ubisoft has announced that they plan to release 3 to 4 AAA games between now and April 2019. And people speculate one of them is probably Watch Dogs 3, which I could see. But what was this Watch Dogs rumor? What? Sorry.
April 2019?
Sorry, 2020.
Okay, I was going to say, oh my god.
I'm sorry. I still feel like we're in 2017.
Honestly. So yeah, Watch Dogs 3 London, right? That's the rumor?
I believe so.
I would be all on board for that. I would be very excited to play a Watch Dogs game set in London, because London is an underutilized place in games. Yeah, for sure.
No one's doing anything with it. Like
Pokemon is maybe now.
Oh well, right. Well, I guess Forza Horizon also had some England stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it's weird because we had that setting a bunch on the PS2. But I can't remember the last London game other than the VR stuff, right?
Yeah, like the London Heist and stuff like that.
Yeah, which I still want to play at some point.
Yeah, me too. The last game I can think of that was set in London, like modern London.
Yeah.
Oof.
The last classic London was what? Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
Yeah.
Victorian?
The Saboteur was Germany, right?
Yeah, I think so. That game's cool. Have you played that?
I haven't, but I've seen a lot of it.
That game's neat.
Yeah. But yeah, Watch Dogs... I am sad that I missed Watch Dogs 2, because I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah. I still need to kind of get back in... I picked it up, but something about the Watch Dogs mechanics still don't really gel with me for some reason. I like the setting... Well, I like the characters in that game. I think Marcus was a cool protagonist. Mm-hmm. But I guess I don't know. I don't know if I really wanted to play like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I never really had the stealth systems really gel with me.
Yeah, I'm like Watch Dogs. I can't speak to super well because
Did you check out 1 at all?
No.
I think it was a PS Plus game at one point.
I must have missed that month then.
Okay.
But yeah, Watch Dogs I think as an idea is cool. I liked when they first showed off. Obviously, I was one of the people that thought it looked cool.
Yeah, no, that was a great demo.
2, after the fact of 1, I thought 2 looked cool. Wanted to play 2, but I feel like 2 came out at a bad time.
And was it November 2015? 2016?
That's probably right around Final Fantasy then, right? Or was that 2016?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but Watch Dogs 3, like, if this fall is pretty light,
yeah,
sure, I'll check it out. London is a cool setting and is almost enough to get me to buy it based on the fact that I did want to play 2. So.
Yeah, I would be excited for a current gen London game. I said this before, but a lot of good grind going on there right now. I want to see that in the game. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to play it a little bit differently. I think a lot of people wanted Watch Dogs 2 to be the Assassin's Creed 2 to Assassin's Creed, the step up. I am still waiting. I would like to see a step up like that at some point.
That's
maybe
fair.
Maybe I even want it to be like a linear thing. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
All right, it's kind of like a stealth game in a lot of ways, but I don't really think Metal Gear Solid 5 controls would work for like a city sandbox.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't know what I want. I just hope it's good. Ubisoft knows more than I do about making a game. Next up, I got this story. It's the 10-year anniversary of Matt Hazard Eat Lead. Was it Eat Lead, Matt Hazard? Do you know this game?
I know nothing about that.
This game came out 10 years ago and it sucks ass. I'm just bringing this up because I think it's one of the first games I remember kind of following like pre-release. So it's cool. It's weird. I'm gonna stop looking so deeply into this industry, I think. Anyways, biggest story this week. Tetsuya Nomura has an interview with someone. I'm sorry, I can't remember their name. Do you remember the blog with the interview?
I can find it because I follow the Twitter account for it.
Sure, you find out while I ramble. Basically, he has announced that they are working on one big Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, the final mix probably. It will be paid, and they hope to have it out by the end of the year. And they are working on Critical Mode for fans of that.
Dengeki PlayStation.
All right, you heard it from Dengeki PlayStation.
Yeah. So cool. I will happily go back to that game at this point this year.
I will too, honestly. I ended up selling my copy because I was kind of done with it. I finished it, but I'll buy it again when it comes out. Mm-hmm. The final mix DLC, whatever.
I still haven't installed. I'll drop anything they want to for that game, and I'll gladly play it.
Sure.
I don't know if we want to speculate on what it is because spoilers. But
spoilers for what isn't in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Also, where everything ends up.
Oh, well, maybe we shouldn't speculate that. Let's just speculate on this. Uh-huh. What Disney World do you think will be in the DLC? If there is one. I hope let's say there is one.
Okay.
Do you think it'll be something crazy? I hope it's something crazy.
I'll say it's something that nobody asked for, but it is still cool.
Yeah. Well, what was that? There's a couple of those in 3, right?
I don't think anybody was asking for Tangled, but I had a pretty good time in Tangled. Like, at least the environments I liked.
I like the environments, but I think Tangled had the retelling stuff I didn't really care for.
Mm-hmm, that's fair.
Did you like the Big Hero 6 world?
I liked it because I thought it was really cool that I could just jump off a building and hover for like 100 feet forward.
It was the fact it was kind of different was cool. Like, same thing with the Pirates world, honestly, too. That they both had some really weird stuff going on.
Yeah, Big Hero 6 was nice because it allowed you to have more freedom with the movement that the game gave you.
Sure, yeah.
Like, in different ways than you could use it in other places for just moving through fast. This was like, explore, jump around, climb things.
Yeah.
So. I don't know what... Like, do you think it would be a returning world or something? And also, would this take place along your journey? What do you think?
Oh, like before the game ends?
Yeah, like mid-game, maybe.
Yeah, probably, right? I mean, it's not that... I mean, I hope this isn't a spoiler, but the game has no plot for like 18 hours, right? Before it starts kicking up.
Yeah.
Like, so you could easily fit in like another Disney World in there. Like, here's another tale of when Sora was looking for the power of waking, but we forgot to put it in the game. Like, saying something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope it's like Star Wars or something.
That would be cool.
I don't know. I can't remember. What is Disney? What can't they do? I mean, the Fox deal is closing in March, apparently, Disney and Fox.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
You know what? Sora and his friends are going to Pandora. Yeah. Get excited for that.
Okay.
And I want to see a blue Kyrie. I demand to see that by 9 o'clock tomorrow. And I need a blue Donald. I'm sorry. Goofy in that mech suit that dude uses. Maybe this is like a really stupid thing to say, but Aliens is really Avatar Zero. I had no idea, but I think James Cameron just got frustrated that he built out so much shit for Aliens. Like, it is really
go back to it.
Yeah, he can't. It's not his, and so for Avatar, he was like, "No, I'm taking all that." Like, it's got the same like mechs and like colonial stuff. Like,
I could see it. Like, that's a point worth arguing.
Dude, I really think so. And honestly, I'm still kind of taken aback about the Avatar hate, considering so many people like Aliens. But you know what? That's a topic for another day. I know the Pocahontas story is bad. Don't worry about that. But there's some cool stuff in Avatar I wouldn't dismiss. Haters. Anyways, I think that's it for gaming news. How are we doing on time?
We are a little over an hour.
All right, well, let's extend it a little bit because I'm having fun.
Okay.
Oscar Bonanza follow-up. Green Book won Best Picture. We said it wouldn't, or we said Black Panther would win, right? That's what we said, Black Panther?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure last week you either specifically called out Green Book or you said they're probably going to give it to Green Book.
Maybe I did.
You said one of those two things.
Oh, that would be badass if I did say that. Fuck Green Book. I haven't seen it, but you know what? I don't give a shit. Have you seen Green Book?
I have not.
All right. Well, that's it. I just wanted to close the book on Oscar Bonanza. And then next up, I think this is the final segment. This is something I wanted to have fun with. Get ready for this. Christian doesn't even know about it. I'm going to call this, like every other podcast calls it, Podcast Question of the Week. What's the greatest movie opening of all time?
Greatest movie opening of all time. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have one yet in your mind? I'll give you a couple of seconds. I can say mine if you want first.
I have one that popped in my head. I don't know if it's the best, but it's the first one I thought of.
All right, go for it. Let's do it.
The opening of the original Star Wars.
Fuck, how does that open again? Are you talking about the crawl?
No. I'm talking about the... can I change it?
Yeah, go for it.
Opening of Empire. That's Hoth.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
The first one I thought of was Vader coming onto the ship and asking Leia where the plans are and taking her.
Oh, yeah, sure. You mean the end of Rogue One?
Yes. Empire's opening is way better, though, because Hoth.
Yeah, dude, Hoth is sick.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Opening of Empire is the best.
All right, I can fuck with it. All right. Also the best Star Wars movie. But that's not even controversial. I don't know why I acted like it was. My favorite movie opening of all time. This is something that I was reminded of when I rewatched it last month. Toy Story 2 is such a fucking perfect opening to a movie.
That's also really good.
So good, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah,
fuck. You go. Sorry.
It's funny because I was actually gonna think one of the ones that popped in my head was Toy Story, but I couldn't think of a specific opening for each movie. But yeah, Toy Story 2's opening.
I don't even like Toy Story 3's opening very much. I think it's 2 for me when Buzz is like an astronaut, like a real space ranger flying through that. You don't even know it's Toy Story. You think you're watching a space movie.
Oh yeah,
it's so cool. Good.
It's real cool.
They kill him. They decimate half his body.
Yeah, and the music is awesome there too.
Yeah, it looks so well directed, man. That's the best.
Yeah,
that's all I got. That's why I came up with this segment, because I just wanted to talk about the Toy Story 2 opening. It's
That's
really
fair.
Good.
You're the host.
Toy Story 1 opening is pretty good too, I think. But
Toy Story 1, yeah, that's the Randy Newman song, right?
Yeah, it is the Randy Newman song. He is returning to score the 4th one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so Randy Newman will be around for too long. Next, I think that's it for the podcast, probably. Sorry. Christian, anything you would like to say? Closing remarks? plug something, it's up to you, sir.
I will say, like I said earlier, look up the season 3 episode list of SpongeBob because it's mind blowing.
All right.
Sure. I have a Marvel podcast on JoyClicks. It's called Excelsior. We just did Civil War. We're reviewing every Marvel movie every week on the road to Avengers 4. Next Monday is going to be Doctor Strange. So if you want to catch up, that's the rundown. And my Twitter is @ChrisNBuckley. You can follow me there for more news.
I saw on Letterboxd you gave Civil War 4 out of 5 recently.
Yes.
All right. Look, I'm not going to debate this with you. But is that higher than you used to think of that movie? Or the same?
It is higher.
Okay, because I remember we being on kind of the same page with that movie.
Yes.
Or it being a little bit disappointing.
I'll give you a little snippet of my thought from the podcast.
Sure.
Civil War has grown on me over time because I appreciate it more now than I did going in. Because going in, I wanted Winter Soldier Part 2.
Oh, yeah, dude, same.
Civil War is such a weird balance between Winter Soldier Part 2, Avengers 2.5, and just like an MCU ground-shaking moment. Yeah. It doesn't do any of those things incredibly great overall, entertaining, and now I appreciate it a lot more.
So. I think the Russos kind of, at least, that was their first, like, they went from Winter Soldier, which is honestly kind of the ending gets fucking crazy, but I don't know, it's not really that big of a tale. It's like some espionage stuff, and it's pretty small shot. But then the Civil War is when they had to do a big ensemble thing for a decent bit, and they had to juggle Iron Man and stuff. And I think they actually kind of nailed it with Infinity War in terms of juggling all that stuff.
Yeah,
for that kind of movie. But I will agree that Winter Soldier was pretty fucking good.
Winter Soldier, I gave 5 stars.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
So I'll end it there.
It's a good movie. Anyways, thanks, Christian, for reigniting that fight.
Yeah, no problem.
We will see you guys next week. Bye.
See ya.